In a peaceful town called Elmwood, there lived a beautiful girl named Emily. She was admired by everyone in the town, and men from near and far came to ask for her hand in marriage. No one could deny her beauty. Her glowing skin, her radiant smile, and kind eyes made her the talk of the town. But no matter how many men proposed, Emily couldn't say yes. Instead, she preferred to spend time with them only to send them away once she was done. It wasn't because she didn't want love. Emily had a deep secret, one she couldn't share with anyone except her two best friends, Lisa and Jack. She trusted them completely and confided in them about her struggles. Emily had something inside her that made her feel restless. She couldn't spend a day without being with a man. It wasn't just one man. Sometimes it was even 10 in a single day. It wasn't because she wanted to, but because she had to. There was a fire inside her that she couldn't control. Since she was 15 years old, Emily had felt a strange burning in her body that made her feel restless. She started seeking out men to calm the fire, but no matter what she did, the feeling never went away. By the time she turned 25, the problem had grown worse. She had lost count of how many times she had sought help, but no one knew how to help her. Emily had been with almost all the men in her town because she had a very high libido that needed to be constantly satisfied. She was deeply ashamed. She had even paid men to be with her just to ease the burning inside her, but nothing worked. Every night, she would lie in bed and cry, wondering why she was cursed with this terrible secret. Her parents were clueless about what was happening to their beautiful daughter. They often pressured her to get married, saying, "Emily, you are so beautiful. Why don't you settle down with a nice man?" But Emily couldn't tell them the truth. How could she explain that one man would never be enough for her? How could she marry when she needed many men every day? So, she kept her secret, telling her parents she wasn't ready for marriage, even though the real reason was far darker. One day, while walking out of a small cafe, Emily bumped into a young man named Mike. He was kind and gentle, and for the first time in her life, Emily felt something strange, something different. Her heart raced and her cheeks flushed. Mike smiled at her and said, "No worries. Are you okay?" Emily nodded quickly, unable to speak, as Mike offered her a ride home. She found herself agreeing without hesitation. That night, after their chance meeting, Emily couldn't stop thinking about him. She felt something she hadn't felt before, hope. Maybe, just maybe, Mike could be different. As days went by, Emily and Mike grew closer. They spent more time together, and soon enough, Mike confessed his love for her. Emily was overjoyed. For the first time, she believed she could have a normal life. Maybe this love would take away her secret, and the fire inside her would disappear. But it didn't. Even though Emily loved Mike deeply, the burning desire didn't stop. She tried to hide it, but soon she found herself sneaking away to meet other men on a daily basis. She hated herself for it, but she couldn't resist the pull. The guilt ate away at her. Every time she was with Mike, she felt like she was lying to him. She wanted to be faithful, but the fire was too strong. One evening, Mike surprised Emily with a proposal. He got down on one knee and asked, "Will you marry me?" Emily was shocked and said yes, and she couldn't wait to share the news with her best friends, Lisa and Jack. The three friends met at their usual spot the next day. Emily proudly showed off her engagement ring, her smile wide and bright. Lisa and Jack cheered for her, hugging her tightly and celebrating this big moment in her life. They drank and laughed, imagining the beautiful life Emily was about to have with Mike. But deep inside, Jack felt something dark. He had always been in Emily's shadow. Jack had struggled to find love himself, and now he couldn't understand how Emily, who carried such a dark secret, could be the one to get everything. Jack felt bitter and jealous. How could someone who slept with so many men be rewarded with love and happiness, while he, Jack, was left with nothing? Jack couldn't stop the jealousy from growing. It ate away at him until he came up with a plan to stop Emily's wedding. The big day arrived. Emily and Mike were surrounded by friends and family, and the wedding hall was beautifully decorated. Everyone was excited to witness their love. But just as Emily and Mike were about to exchange their rings, something strange happened. The large screen in the hall flickered, and a video started playing. It wasn't a sweet video of Emily and Mike's journey together. No, it was something much worse. It was a video recording of Emily sleeping with different men. The guests gasped in shock as the sounds of their voices filled the room. Emily's secret was out for everyone to see. Mike's face turned pale. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Emily stood frozen, her world crashing down around her. The whispers in the room grew louder, and Emily could feel the weight of everyone's judgments. Mike didn't say a word. He walked out of the hall, leaving Emily behind. Emily ran after him, crying and begging him to listen, but it was too late. Mike was too hurt. He drove away, leaving Emily standing there, broken and alone. Lisa quickly rushed to Emily's side, helping her into a car and driving her home. Emily cried uncontrollably, wondering how her life had come to this. She knew her secret would destroy her, but she never thought it would happen this way. The days that followed were filled with pain and regrets. Emily's heart ached for Mike, but she knew the hard truth was difficult to face. She couldn't live with her secret any longer. She needed help, real help to deal with the fire inside her. You must be wondering who had played that video on Emily's wedding day. It was Jack. Jack, her friend, the one she trusted with her secrets. Jack actually took a secret recording of Emily with other men and played it on the screen on her wedding day, just to end the marriage, all because of envy and jealousy. Emily didn't know Jack was involved. She still treated Jack like a friend and brother. Jack kept on putting fire into Mike and Emily's relationship, seeking different ways to get Mike's attention. He said to himself, "Since I have succeeded in destroying the relationship between Mike and Emily, I think I can have Mike to myself. Why would someone who is always sleeping with many men marry this handsome man, and me, Jack, can't?" Jack tried so hard, but it failed because Mike wasn't interested in anything that had to do with Emily. Talk more of being with her friend. Emily, on the other hand, decided to seek professional help. She found a doctor who specialized in the disorder she had, and slowly, through therapy and treatment, she began to heal. It wasn't easy, but Emily knew she had to fight for her life. One day, after many months of healing, Emily received a letter from Mike. In it, he told her that while he was hurt by what had happened, he still cared about her and wanted her to get better. He also went ahead to write that he later realized that it wasn't Emily's fault. It was a health condition, and told her to call the phone number in the letter. Out of all excitement, Emily called Mike through the phone number written in the letter, and they had a very lengthy conversation that led to a reconciliation. Mike and Emily's relationship kick-started all over again, and Mike was ready to support Emily through her therapy to get healed completely from her high libido issues. Jack, on the other hand, realized that he couldn't have Mike and that he had done so much harm to his friend Emily. He decided to come seek forgiveness. He begged Emily to please forgive him, saying he was so sorry. Emily, with her good heart, forgave Jack, but the friendship could never be like before. Mike and Emily eventually got married, and their friend Lisa was the chief bridesmaid. They were all so happy, and they lived their life happily ever after. Now, the moral of this story is this: secrets, no matter how well hidden, always find a way to come out. It's important to seek help and be honest with ourselves before it's too late. True healing comes from facing the truth, no matter how painful it may be. Secondly, let us try to be mindful of the kind of people we call friends, because they are actually friends that are unfriendly. Let us be careful of people we tell our secrets. Sometimes, we should just be the best friends to ourselves and keep our secrets to ourselves. Thank you so much for listening to this story. I hope you learned a thing or two. My name is Emily from Stories and Tales, and please, if you haven't subscribed, kindly click on the subscribe button. Turn on the notifications, so when I post more interesting and insightful stories like this, you'll be the first to get them. And if you're a returning subscriber, Hey, thank you so much for listening to my story. I do appreciate your consistent support, and I don't take it for granted. See you in my next video. Bye.